Since the birthday party happened.
Yeah, it's like Jasmine totally ruined all my chances with Natalie.
Gino, taking accountability. Is that one of his traits? Absolutely not. Passing the blame on somebody else? Definitely one of his traits. He can't sit there and actually say that it is Jasmine's fault that him and Natalie didn't work out. Natalie gave him a very simple instruction, and that was go make sure things with you and Jasmine are completely over. Tell her and let her know that you are now done with that marriage. He didn't do that. So, of course, Jasmine came in, guns blazing, wrongly so, 1000%, but came in all guns and blazing. Gave Natalie a hard time on misinformation. And Gino wants to sit there and say that this was Jasmine's fault. Nobody, it was your fault because you lied. You withheld information. Okay? Before Natalie was even meant to arrive in Michigan, the whole idea was for her to come there, given the fact that Gino was going to be all hers. But instead, that was never the case because Gino had lied. But Gino does not want to take that accountability. He wants to pass the blame onto Jasmine because he has spent every single season with Jasmine putting all the blame on her for every single thing that goes wrong in their relationship. Now, sometimes we can argue and say it's true. But then other times, we can also argue and say that it wasn't true and Gino was his own problem. It really depends on which situation we're talking about. But either way, though, in this situation, this is one of those cases where Gino can't sit there possibly putting the blame on somebody else when he was given a clear freaking instruction. But anyway, let's get into this one because his cousin, on the other hand, he had a lot to say.
The other day, I hit up Dana, and he responded to me in a very shockingly way.
So let's have a look. He starts off by saying, I am going to go on the record, Gino, and say that you are such a victim of your own demise. So the fact that his cousin's even telling him that, hey, you have got a problem with making yourself a victim, you have got a problem with creating your own situations, but yet you don't want to take that accountability, he screamed 1,000 words because Dana is somebody that would have known Gino for a very, very long time because, of course, they grew up together. But, of course, is Gino willing to listen to what Dana has to say? Absolutely not, because he sees it as Dana is taking Jasmine's side and not his.
Everything Jasmine did was right, and he's believing everything that Jasmine tells him.
Annoyingly, the crazy part is nothing to do with what Jasmine has told him, because realistically, Michelle is the one that was telling Jasmine things. So anything that Dana knows, he knows it from Michelle, his wife. Let's just put it out there. But either way, though, is it a lie? No. Dana and Michelle was there when Natalie clearly confronted you and said to you that, but you told me that you and Jasmine were done. Jasmine didn't need to say anything at that point. But Natalie had already informed your cousin and his wife. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, anyway, keep putting the blame to Jasmine. Keep on taking no accountability. Keep on feeding her to the wolves. A man that truly loves his woman would never ever feed her to the wolves. A man that truly loves his woman would never put all the blame on her in situations where he knows he's also at fault. And the same thing happens to her. The same rule also applies to a woman that loves her man too. And that's how you know that these two, love, where has it ever been? Let me know if you find it, because I know I never will between them two. But anyway, as you can see here, Dana continued by saying, you abandoned her, threw her out of your house, and you'll say, oh yeah, but she cheated on me. No, she didn't, Gino. She was done. She couldn't do you no more, buddy. What the F is wrong with you? And that's what it comes down to. And to be honest with you, what Dana also should add there, in my opinion, should have been like, listen, actually, do you know what? I would have worded it differently. I would have been like, yes, you abandoned her. Actually, no, F that. I would have been like, listen, buddy, you allowed your wife to go sleep with another man. This is the results. Literally that. That's what I would have said, to be fair. All this here was a bit too long-winded for my own liking. But anyway, let's continue, because tell me, was there a lie told in this little statement? No, apart from the fact that people do speculate that Jasmine may have slept with Matt way before she told Gino about the open marriage. But hey, we'll never know that to be true, so we'll go based on what Dana is saying, and Dana is saying it based on the moment that that Gino accepted and allowed and approved Jasmine to go sleep with another man.
Because he should be supporting me. I mean, like, how about Team Gino? I'm your family. Doesn't family come first?
family does come first, given the fact that you are telling the truth, given the fact that you're being transparent with everybody. If you're not being transparent with everybody, then how can family come first? You can't expect family or friends to always cover for you, even when you're lying. Because at the end of the day, you're putting them in a very uncomfortable situation. A real family member, a real friend would never put anybody that they care about or cares about them in a position where they have to lie for you. Just putting it out there. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, it says here, or Gino responds by saying, Jasmine is not family. She totally used me for a green card and the marriage was a scam. Stop believing everything Jasmine tells you. She is a chronic liar. Have a great life and bye. Despite the fact that there's probably a lot of truth behind that message, let's not forget at the same time though, but Gino, you are a chronic liar too. All you do is lie. I've never seen this guy tell the truth. He's never told the truth once. This is why they were two. This is why Gino and Jasmine were just a match made in heaven, because neither one of them know how to tell the truth. Both of them are pathological liars. Both of them are manipulative. Both of them are just scums, to keep it simple. But anyway, for him to say have a great life and bye is just petty and sad as hell. But nonetheless, though, Gino, you got to come to terms with the fact that you got a role to play in your relationship going downhill with Dana and Michelle. It's just that simple. You cannot put all the blame onto Jasmine. But again, somebody who does not know what accountability is going to do exactly what Gino is doing. And that is passing the blame.
Here I am, going through depression. Meanwhile, Jasmine is living her best life with her little boyfriend, Matt.
I found it quite fascinating how the word depression came out of nowhere. So now Gino's claiming that he's living with depression. Is that Jasmine's fault too? I mean, it must be, because within the context of the conversation, he's obviously out thinking, well, I'm now in depression because of Jasmine and you guys are out there supporting her. Blah-dee-blah-dee-da-dee-da. Dear. Really using the mental health card is just nasty work. Absolutely nasty work. Now, I'm not saying that he's not depressed. I'm just saying that it's a bit ironic how he's mentioning depression at a time like this. Seems to me as if he's weaponizing it rather than actually meaning it. Because there are many people out there that do weaponize mental health. Do you see what I'm saying? Some people weaponize mental health when they're actually going through a mental health situation. Some people weaponize it because they just know they can, because the world allows people to do that, sadly so. You know what I mean? Which one the two is, in my opinion, doesn't really matter, because you shouldn't weaponize mental health anyway, because there's a lot of people out here really doing their best to fight against mental health every single day. By getting up, going to work, getting up, being a father, getting up, being a mother, getting up, being a sibling, getting up, being a parent, getting up and just trying to do the best they can on a daily basis, despite fighting all the demons they have. Meanwhile, we got people in this world like a Gino who just want to weaponize it, because they want people to feel sorry for them, because they want to play victim, because they're narcissists. Well, let me know your thoughts down below, and as always, we will be doing a live stream later on today, so please make sure you are there for that one, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.